bottom. So
I think they're a little biased.
I don't know, man.
They always put Wave Punk up there.
They put Wave Punk up there. I've been up there. Gibbs, you've been up there too. I don't think Lawler has, so we'll look out for that.
Yeah,
but anyway,
tweet more.
Get those tweets in. Let's keep the matches going. Best of 7. This is it. Elimination match. Out of Style against Allegiance. With the commentary at the State Farm Skybox, we have Shogun and Achieves. Take it away, guys.
The name of the game is all about survival at this stage, as both these teams are facing down the barrel of elimination to the rival series. And yes, I do have Achieves with me. The desk was calling for this. What is your opinion on all of them going for Out of Style?
I think it's a pretty good bet.
Yeah?
It definitely does play a little bit more in favor of Out of Style. There was a lot of things that Allegiance really needed to fix compared to how they started the day. I think that is also the darkest timeline for them, because I talked to them a little bit. I was like, who do you guys want to play in that second round? And they said FlyQuest, because we know how they play. So now they have to play not FlyQuest, and they've got to play another offensive team in Out of Style. So let's see how it plays out.
Could definitely be an interesting series to take a look at. Remember, the team that wins this has got to win one more time against the loser of our next match on broadcast. But firstly, they have to focus on the task ahead of them, as Allegiance find themselves early on the offense. Expect to see Epic Johnny trying to put on as much defense as possible, but he's not going to be able to against demos like that. Lucian powering the ball up high. But that is a statement of intent from Allegiance as they continue to push forward. It's going to be a big block. Seabass pushes over to the side, over to Lucian.
And I think it is a pretty good start for Allegiance to at least come out and have a little bit of offense. But this one from Lachinio, back wall, Hato lurking. He's going to have to wait, though.
Epic Johnny wants to take a look around, actually has the ball ricochet off him. Now Tyler over the top. Can't quite turn it into the back of the net as Hato pushes it away. Allegiance with a much more aggressive start to this series than they did previous. Although the counter-attacking play cannot be underestimated from Out of Style. Big block there from Lucian. Off the backboard, Hato looking for Epic Johnny. It's over the top. Lachinio, though, will not half rotate for that ball. Instead, he's going to wait for it to come to him as it's shot straight into the body of Seabass. Hato, he's got options around. Instead, going to try and find the arc, but Lucian already around. If you were watching us in Season 4, this is a sight that you got very used to. Allegiance, everyone on the goal line. It's going to take a lot for Out of Style to break that down.
And it really will come down to how far out Allegiance decides to play on defense. I asked them, I was like, where do you guys feel that defense really begins for you? On that midfield line or right back in your net? And they absolutely said, we like to lock down the net. And like they said on the desk, that's not going to fly. They have to be able to come out, be a little bit more proactive on the defense if they want to take down Out of Style here.
Their first series today, Allegiance already averaging 6 saves per game. Need to try and cut that down and find more offensive edge. Seabass off the backboard. Lucian just wants to keep that pressure going, but it's going to be a very late half rotation from Tyler. Ooh. So Lucian is having a bit of a go on the other side, but Tyler will pick up the first goal of the series.
And it kind of comes out of nowhere as well. Lachinio, it's a little bit of an awkward battle with himself, just trying to get this dribble started. It goes straight off the ceiling, and his teammate right behind him in Lachinio in the corner trying to grab boost, just not quite ready to have to defend a shot off the ceiling.
A problem caused from nowhere by Out of Style. Too many players in one area. Weren't able to react, but now everyone's in the corner. Crucial touch from Seabass, takes it away. That's a terrible touch. Epic Johnny can't do too much here. He's going to set up for Tyler, looking for his second. Allegiance, happy to prey on these nerves from Out of Style, who are looking shaky when they're given time to play away.
And that's also something else Allegiance talked a little bit about. They said, we know we like to sit on defense, but if we can come out there and get the offense going, we definitely know how to box a team or two in. Usually they don't have some extended stays, but if they get rolling, they're just as good as anybody else at denying a lot of boost and making it tough to break out of your own half.
Epic Johnny, 0 boost, but he's still doing well with this. Could be open. Hato has the ball played over the top of him, and now it's going to be Tyler can turn that one in. That's going to be his brace.
That is definitely the brace for Tyler. This is a nice touch upfield. Seabass a little bit of double commit, but again, Out of Style, wide open net. It's a dive from the left-hand side from Epic Johnny, but there's no way he's going to make it back. It's just those rotations all the way back are a little bit too slow for Out of Style.
Seemed like they were putting too many players forward. They still have 2 minutes and 15 remaining. No real reason to commit everyone forward unless you are 100% certain you are about to get yourself a goal. Seabass back over to Tyler. Why not make it free? Allegiance styling in game 1.
And there's a good reason Tyler leads his team with 70% or 70 shots taken. He scores 30% of the time, and there was a good reason for that. He's waiting for these passes from both of his teammates all the time. Seabass getting one in there this time around, and Out of Style struggling.
This needs to be improved as we move forward. Luckily for Out of Style, this is a best of 7. They've got plenty of time to figure it out, but game 1 thus far has been a catastrophe for them. Ty Not Tyler gonna go up. Hato can put that in danger zone. Resolution will clear the ball away. Infield pass, only over to Ty Not Tyler, who is doing a great job of reading the play right now. Not wanting to sit back, instead just catapulting himself forward. And this is exactly what Allegiance gets for that bravery. They are able to move forward, not get caught on the defensive side. And now they're setting up more passing opportunities for themselves. It's going to be a difficult one to set up. But there's C-Pass over to Illusion. The Chinio wins. Now Hato can control, but he launches it early. And that should be ties to take nice and easily.
Yeah, you'd like to see Out of Style take a little bit more time there on the sidewall, but at the same time, everybody's grabbing boost. It's not like he has anywhere else to put the ball. What's your best option? Let it roll onto the ground and try and start a dribble and just let Allegiance regroup? Or do you try and push up field quick? This one from Seabass into the top right, make it 4-0.
Allegiance keeping that 0 on the side of Out of Style, but these passing plays are tearing Out of Style apart every single time. Just seems like the moment Out of Style have 3 players past the halfway line, a switch is flicked on the side of Allegiance, and they find one another, they hold a player in the midfield. And so thus far, Out of Style have had 0 response.
0 response is right. I mean, you're looking at a team that only scores 1.96 in league play in Allegiance. They allow 1.85. And Out of Style, they didn't get anything going versus FlyQuest. There was their best chance, and it was just a banger from all the way across the field, and unfortunately, it goes off the post. Doesn't help to come straight off a loss and still not be able to get anything done.
To the corner now. We play all the way to the middle. There is going to be the Chinio.
Oh, unfortunate.
Definitely the player that Out of Style needs to be stepping up today. He was 3rd in goals per game during the league play, but today he has dropped down to 0.83. They need him above, I'd have to say, above a 1 goal per game ratio. They really want to try and secure their RLCS spot. Pass just a little bit too far ahead, but here's Lachinio. Tries to use the ceiling. 13 seconds remaining now as Allegiance not only looking to take the win.
Get out of here. Just throws Epic Johnny out of the way, but this is the final 4 seconds, and what do you got to say, Shogun? I mean, you sit here and say Allegiance sitting here on defense, cruising around their net, saying, fight me Out of Style. Then they move over to the other side of the field, and they sit on offense for a large majority of the game. A little bit of a wobble from Seabass. They're feeling good. 9 shots.
I mean, this was the perfect game for Allegiance. They didn't really have to push the boat too far out. First 2 goals pretty much gifted to them.
Yeah.
And then after that, they could just force Out of Style to come towards them, keep the pressure going, and then just wait for their spot. And they just kept coming up over and over again. It's going to be interesting to see where the next one starts. We'll see whether or not Out of Style can start the rest of the game where a mistake isn't made, and that way they can play more naturally. But as soon as they went 2 goals down, it was all hands on deck. We have to score. And
it really did feel good for Allegiance to start off well on the offensive half as well, saying, you know what, we know we spent way too much time on defense in that first series versus CLG. I wasn't sure how they were going to perform here versus Out of Style because, again, they were like, we would rather much play FlyQuest over Out of Style. So to come out here kind of guns blazing and just take it for what it is and put your best foot forward, I think that really helps them. And I kind of expect them to do the exact same thing in game number 2. Out of Style is saying, we haven't played defense all year long, and it's too late to think about that now.
It's just, let's go for the offense. Let's get ourselves as many goals as we possibly can. But for Out of Style, I believe the first goal becomes crucial because the rotation has struggled at times throughout this season. Yeah. And the last thing they need is to become even more panicked with the way that rotation is taken. So I believe they need to get a hold of that first goal if they want to be playing their style of game. Getting ourselves into game number 2. Allegiance will want to keep their onslaught going. There's going to be the infield pass just too far to the side. A likely idea if they're from Tyler. Wanting to put it behind the oncoming charging defender. Just a little bit too far to the side, but Allegiance. Good start from them. They are still on the offensive. Illusion has got options, but instead he's put it straight down to Epic Johnny. Only for a momentary reprieve, though, for Out of Style. These touches won't be enough to give them any offensive pressure.
They kind of just bailed on that ball, though. Thankfully, Ty Not Tyler were able to get a nice challenge and a free shot for Seabass. He actually was second in the team in goals scored. Surprising not to see him find the net right there. But, you know, what can you do? Sometimes you miss one.
Only sometimes.
You never miss, Shogun.
No, I hit the target every single time, my friend.
I've played you in once, I know. I got whipped.
Huge block there from Illusion, showing off some of his own one skill. He's got Ty Not Tyler. Why not keep aiming for the man who just can't seem to miss today?
Can't seem to miss is right. That's 4 just in this series. Illusion takes a little time, gives up the boost, and sacrifices it, but to secure the pass. And Epic Johnny, a little bit of a helping hand, but Ty Not Tyler, nice job getting up there nice and early, making sure to be the first one to that ball, put it in the right direction, and it forces that defense to react, and it forces the mistake.
A 4th goal in 2 games for Ty Not Tyler, and with deliveries like that, there is no reason why you can't continue to add to it. 5 goals unanswered thus far from out of style. Epic Johnny, huge block from him. It's only over to Ty. Hato can't get to this. It's going to be off the backboard from Seabass. Will want to get a double tap from one of his teammates. But it's shut down. Now counter-attack chance. The Chinio playing the ball long, though, immediately.
Yeah. Really would have liked to see him just take his time with that, because they had that 2-on-1 drive down the field. And just rushing it, that offense a little bit, that's something that Allegiance is well aware of. They spend too much time on defense to know that that's not a mistake.
Epic Johnny, he's got Lichinio, who will want to try and tap this back down, but just couldn't quite make contact. Ty Not Tyler has got this the entire length of the pitch, wants to find number 5. Not quite there, but I'm surprised that went as long as it did. Now Epic Johnny goes for 360, and he gets style for Flash, and he gets...
I mean, the pass was there.
Yeah, he gets about, extra points for the flashiness, but he only gets the regular center amount of points in-game.
Oh, well, they've got Hato on the other side. Lichinio's just waiting, and Seabass will just cut that straight down, and Out of Style cannot get any offense going versus this Allegiance team.
Now Lichinio has to rotate back. It's Illusion,
nice
straight
pass.
for the Ty Not Tyler. Just couldn't quite read the play. Now Ty Not Tyler once again on the ball, pushes it over to the corner. With this play, Allegiance can keep pulling out individual players. Ty Not Tyler straight down to Illusion.
Go get it.
And
Yes!
that's going to be Ty Not Tyler! A goal barrage right now!
I love it. I was thinking to myself, Illusion, if you can just gently knock this one down, Ty Not Tyler going to get it. Hato, you can try as much as you want. There's no way you're beating a guy who's already just waiting for it to come down to him. How about Allegiance's offense? I never thought I'd say that.
For a team that has been forced to stew in the rival series for the last 6 months, you know they've been thinking about this moment every single time. And it doesn't seem like nerves are taking any part in this series thus far.
And Illusion just going for the demos. Oh, they're feeling it. I love it. Aggressive Allegiance is a fun Allegiance to watch.
You know this is going to result in us complaining about this every single time now in the future.
Why do we not see that?
There's going to
how about
be
another?
number 6. 2 hat-tricks in as many games there for Ty Not Tyler. He's just scoring for fun at this point.
And to be fair, this is the same pattern as we saw in game number 1. Illusion assists Ty Not Tyler on 2. Seabass gets the 3rd. So logically, the next one is Seabass will score, with Illusion getting another assist.
Is this the prediction?
It's the only way.
Chinio back up to the corner. It's important that Out of Style find themselves a goal, because this is becoming an absolute demolition job. A 4th goal in this game, 8 goals altogether, unanswered from Out of Style, and they are now coming up on 9 minutes with no goals.
I mean, if you scratch out the last goal that Out of Style put in against that FlyQuest in game number 6 at 0 seconds, they haven't scored since the 4-minute mark against FlyQuest in game number 4. They have not found the back of the net pretty much at all. And for a team that likes to take so many shots and aggressive chances on the offensive side, if you don't convert any of those,
it really just seems like a play style that they've come up against that they're just not well suited for. Allegiance, they've been picking up saves. They picked up 7 in game number 1.
Yep.
Which is still above their average from today, but it's just been the problem. Those saves have been absolutely killer. There's going to be a shot on target. There's going to be goal number 1. Epic Johnny finds the net.
And it has to feel good to finally break this long drought. Lichinio just bashes that one off the back wall. Got all the way around it. And normally you'd expect this pass to come off the corner, and it'd be a much easier read for the team in the net. But it was just such a nice touch.
I can respect that, okay? If things aren't working for you, just hit the ball really hard. And it's going to work out. I
mean, that's usually my modus operandi, is I'm a dominance player, so I don't know what the word dribble means.
Hato would love to try and make this 2. Ty Not Tyler over to Seabass. Going to follow this the entire length of the pitch as he takes on Epic Johnny on the wall. But it's just be pounded all the way out over to Illusion. That's an incredible save from the Chinio.
Incredible is right. I wasn't sure if he even was going to have enough time to do it because he just waited so long, but well aware of the positioning. Johnny is not, and how about he just stuffs it? I wasn't sure if he knew he was there either, but they just jump at things, and they'll just keep it out of the net somehow.
Illusion's got plenty of time. Puts it up high for
Hello,
Seabass. He's going to take the shot. It's a rocket into the back of the net. 5-1.
And this is a lot of space for Allegiance. It's this crossfield pass. Nobody's in the midfield. The Chinio's grabbing boost in the corner, and the other two players from out of style are back in the net. You're going to hand space to Allegiance. Again, they'll show you. We know how to play offense if you give it to us.
Rotation from out of style has just not worked at all. Unable to really capitalize on any of these long balls being played from Allegiance. Illusion would love to try and make it 6.
Jeez.
Not quite on target, but as time ticks away, there has got to be some major changes made on the side of out of style, because they are thoroughly against it and are 2 games away from losing that RLCS spot.
And when a team that scores 2 goals per game against rival series teams puts up, 4 goals and then 5 goals against you, a team historically known to never play offense, definitely a few things you're going to have to change. They didn't even get too many shots. They got 4 for out of style compared to the 12 from Allegiance. It all comes down, it's got to come down to how they're managing their boost. That's the only logical reason. If there's that much space, then you're clearly using too much boost around the pitch to try and keep pressure up at a constant rate.
Yes, and when it comes to out of style, boost collection has never necessarily been a problem for them. They currently sit 3rd and 5th in terms of players with the most boost used per minute. But at the same time, they are very high on 0% boost.
The boost
in that
usage.
particular stat.
Yeah.
There needs to be a little bit more of a look around, maybe put some players up on a wall. We see a lot of players there from out of style who just always launch themselves up, and that uses so much boost. You've got to use at least 20 to get yourself up to speed. You're going to use pretty much all the rest of it getting to the ball.
Get to the ball, yeah.
Put yourself on a wall. Give yourself a target option, and maybe just get to a ball much easier than you currently are. But for out of style, it just seems like they are chasing a lot of the time, rather than putting themselves in a position for the ball to come to them.
And that is definitely something that you see a lot of Allegiance doing, because whenever they're stuck on defense, even during that CLG series, you see a lot of them hanging out on the walls because they know since they don't push down at the opposite end of the field, they have to conserve as much boost as they possibly can while trapped in their own half.
But it's going to be game number 3. Out of style. It's going to be all down to them to find a response.
Well, hello, Hado. That would have been pretty. Here's Latch. Oh.
An extra touch there from Hato takes it away from his teammate. Solution, good block from him. Opens up space for Seabass. Going to be Allegiance setting up the offensive raid.
How many goals do you think Tyler scores this game, Shogun? He's got a hat trick in both games so
Well,
far.
let's just keep going with 3, shall we?
Okay.
I like patterns.
Oh, pass back. Oh.
The Chinio can't get this away. His almost entire first minute spent in the orange side of the field, but now a block there from the Chinio could have given out of style some time.
Ooh, a little bit over his head. They're going to have to waste some time. This is a good chance for out of style to really get the pressure going.
Hato plays it low, does get blocked though. Now Tyler, he's on low boost, but he's still doing well with this.
Right through him.
And now can keep this going, having picked up a little bit from the side. Hato hitting it with the bottom of his car, can't get any power from there, and it's going to open up Tyler to just take a shot. Allegiance setting themselves up once again, but they need to be careful of the potential counterattacks. Out of style had good ideas to start us off, but the execution not quite there, and there's a shot! Illusion into the back of the net.
And the placement was very important here. Hato's trying his best to figure out what Ty's going to do, thinks he has time to grab the boost. That extra split second was the difference maker between that shot going in and him making the save, and unfortunately, sometimes you choose wrong.
Hato did have to make the decision about whether or not that was going to bounce out or roll up the wall. Unfortunately, couldn't cover both. It's going to be another early lead over to Allegiance. Hato tries to get to the middle, but there is no one around. Finally, the Chinio joins him in the offense. He's got Epic Johnny back there in support. Will take the shot.
What?
Double tap.
No.
Almost able to get it from the ricochet off the defender.
And if you're Epic Johnny, that is frustrating. Just because you feel like you've done everything right, you've got right in front of the net. And here's one to Hato, he didn't see it coming.
We're out of style. This is just going to hurt
Only
so
one
much,
there.
but the Chinio wanted the double tap. Everyone on the goal line will be able to cover. Seabass just gets barreled out of the way, put in the back of the shovel, and then just launched.
That looked like a turtle bump, and I really hope it was, because it looked beautiful.
Big challenge. We now transition over to the orange side. Although Seabass unable to block, means that there should be time for Out of Style to set themselves up. Seabass launching over to Illusion, gets it past one.
Nice demo from Latch on the way out.
And that means there's going to be no passing options for Allegiance.
Exactly.
Huge for Out of Style. They can't afford to go 2 goals down. They've struggled to get anything beyond 1 goal on the back of the net. As Hater will
open.
drop. That's going to be a huge goal for Out of Style. They are back in this game.
And this was a big play from Hato here in the midfield. Stays right with it, collects the boost, beats Illusion to that ball. And for once, Allegiance is the people with the net wide open. They were still back in the midfield trying to rotate back, saying, we need a second. And they had all that faith in that third man back to buy them all the time. And he went for that really aggressive challenge, and he didn't wait in the net and make sure to buy them that time. That finally, Out of Style found a hole and capitalized.
Might not last long off the backboard. Tyler takes it away from Seabass. Illusion's going to play this one smart. Gets over to Epic Johnny and now launches himself all the way back. Here's Seabass. A loose ball from him will be gobbled up there by Illusion. Not Tyler, all the way up once again. Gets over to the side. It's going to be Lichinio. Got to play this one smart. Doesn't play it at all. Opens up space for Illusion to come in for yet another challenge. Goes all the way back down. Hato gets it touched straight back into that corner.
Oh, he clipped him on the way out. Seabass really interfering with Lichinio's ability to keep that pressure going for Out of Style, and unfortunately that's going to stall the drive near immediately. Back into the neutral game.
Lichinio can't quite get there. 90 seconds remaining now in game number 3. He's going to go all the way out. Tyler. He's going to try and find Illusion.
Does he have a pass?
There's going to be Tyler. Once again, 2 players committed from Out of Style. Require Lichinio to get it clear, but no. The Legions are happy to commit to this corner and keep the ball over here. See if they can boost Starve Out of Style from this game, but that's a huge clear. Going to buy Out of Style time to regroup, get boost back on, but it's not going to last long. Seabass over to Illusion, tries to fake out Hato. And now they're going to try and use the wall. 1 minute now. And it's looking like it's a survival game for Out of Style. A shot once again into the back of the net. Tyler going to pick up his first of this game. And Out of Style, they've got 50 seconds to respond.
And unfortunately, that commit coming off of the back wall from Out of Style there, it pushed that defender in the net who would have had the easiest clear out of the way. And again, you see these double commits to this ball on defense from Out of Style really costing a lot of opportunities to get the ball out of harm's way. And how about Tyler getting that ball all the way behind the defenders?
Our prediction of 3 goals this game might not come true, but that one could end up crucial to the rest of this series. Tyler wants to try and find Seabass, but the bounce is just a little bit too tricky to read. Epic Johnny looks to flick up. He's got Hato in response. Gonna go all the way, but it's gonna be a pass over to the side from Seabass, opening up space for Lichinio. They need to find one big opportunity, but a bump on Hato means he can't get to the shot.
This is really that weird, awkward ground for Allegiance. Only 15 seconds left. As they say in chess, the hardest game to win is a won game. And now you might see them allow too much space to Out of Style.
Off the backboard. One big opportunity to Lichinio. The shot is too weak. And there's going to be one more, but Illusion gets the block. Out of Style had a chance, but they just couldn't capitalize. Now Allegiance are on series point.
With offense.
With offense.
They're just cruising. Not as many this game, only 6, but still, I believe, outshooting Out of Style. And they've looked good doing it, but that last 30 seconds was actually a surprisingly dicey situation for Allegiance because they got that big go-ahead goal around the 50-second mark, and that's a bit longer time than you would like, and it always kind of puts you into that weird spot of, we know we just have to, keep the ball out of our net. We're really good at that. How hard could it possibly be? But there's always that little voice in the back of your head that says, all right, don't mess up.
Well, the game was not in their hands at the very last few seconds there. Lichinio, huge opportunity to tie this up at 2 goals apiece, but just wasn't able to do it. Out of Style looking better in this game.
Slowly but surely.
And now they have to take advantage of this best-of-7 format and use this to try and go for a reverse sweep, because if they don't, they will drop into the rival series.
And they'd be right back to it. They had a good run last time, but again, they had Justin. And you kind of have to wonder, if Hato stays on that team or if this team stays together, if they go back down to the rival series, you have to wonder what direction they're going to take with that team. Do they continue to try and play this crazy, heavy offensive style? Do they look for someone to be that go-to person on offense? Or do they try and readjust things? And it all kind of starts right now. You're kind of on the brink of having to make that decision already.
There is nothing left for them to lose. They are going to have to go all in on this game. So it's going to be Hato with a shot, just not able to sneak it in, as the post will deny him. Now Lichinio forced to save a shot.
What?
That is a huge block there from Illusion. Won't turn itself into the back of the net. But still.
And that challenge right there from Allegiance is one of the reasons that they have an above, or at least equal average from shooting from outside of the box, because they such great challenge angles. And how about this one, dropped right in front of the net, out of style, a little bit too slow to come for it. And again, Allegiance right there to capitalize.
And once again, it's Allegiance happy to slow down the play in the corner. We saw it earlier on with the setup over to Ty Not Tyler. Once again, they don't just smack the ball off the corner and hope a shot can come in. Instead, they take their time, watch a player or two go past, and then set up for a direct shot.
Nice
but
touch.
That could be a great opportunity. Illusion with the save.
Double commit again. And an easy clear for Allegiance.
Just over the top, Illusion wants to get it back to Seabass, but it's a little bit too close to an out-of-style player. It's now played up high. Lichinio just gets the first touch, but it does get blocked. This could be huge.
Dangerous.
Hato and Epic Johnny's gonna be there, and Epic Johnny gets us 1 goal apiece.
Well, I think we were both kind of just sitting here thinking this, I think, should be cleared by Allegiance, but unfortunately,
It's
Illusion gets right in the way, tips it straight up, and throws off his teammate. So they're not infallible on defense. We saw them make a couple of mistakes, and finally, that one will definitely cost them.
certainly should have been called off. No real need for that touch to come in. Now Lichinio wants to play down, but 2 players up in the air. Even if he does play the ball down, doesn't mean he's going to find anyone.
Oh, I love it.
Happy to go the entire length of the pitch. Seabass wants to be the hero, couldn't quite get it to the back of the net.
And I really loved Hato's patience there as well, because he was driving backwards that whole way, looking behind him, seeing this wall of Allegiance players coming at him 3-on-1. They've got all the options in the universe. Keeps his composure about him, made a nice stop and bought time for his team. Nice
To
play.
Seabass, that's going to go off the crossbar. These team plays from Allegiance, deadly every single time. Just couldn't quite find the back of the net there, but once again, using the wall, that could go the entire length. But Lichinio already around. It has opened up space, though, for Allegiance to move themselves forward, and Epic Johnny is backwards. Can't do much of anything. It's that corner, once again, that Allegiance has been so dangerous out of.
They're also doing a nice job controlling the midfield from out of style in terms of those side boosts, because it does make it very tough for out of style to get these boosts and stay on offense. Lichinio does his best to keep it going, and third man back, Hato just bailed on that play. Again, Allegiance whole mode of how they work on defense is if they give us space, we will clear the ball, and that one thrown off the post.
1 goal apiece as we head to the second half of this game. Remember, out of style must win this. Otherwise, they will drop into the rival series. Hato has the ball go underneath him. Opens up space for Seabass. It's going to trickle its way
nice
towards the net.
I thought for sure that one was in. It was a tight angle from Illusion, but too tight apparently.
Back over, Seabass. Should play this one all the way out. Hato's going to try and use the wall. But there will be no one around from Allegiance. They've kept everybody back. Epic Johnny gets up past
Nice
one.
demo.
Seabass is still lurking. Really taking his time for this. That is going to be a demo, but Seabass against the world. Lichinio able to do just about enough. Illusion,
Pass
once
to the
again,
top.
he's got an infield pass option. Seabass with the
Nice
shot once
save.
again,
How
but
about
into
Ty?
the body of Epic Johnny. Tyler shot right down the middle. But now the onslaught will
Seabass?
continue. Allegiance,
Yes,
keep
sir.
it going. Seabass makes it 2-1.
How about Allegiance again? This was shot after shot after shot. More double commits from out of style, throwing off the rotation, making it slow to come out of the net, and then the added bonus of Illusion running in there and saying nobody's going to jump for this one. Seabass, it's all you. And there's another good reason why he's second on his team in goals scored.
100 seconds remaining for Out of Style to save their spot. They have to try and make this comeback.
And this has been a great turnaround series from Illusion as well. He had a rough go versus CLG, a couple of weird challenges, not the best shooting accuracy, not able to be that real support player that this team needs out of him. And this series around, he has turned it on its head. And
what
Seabass!
a goal from Seabass! You know, he's just taken the mantle from Ty Not Tyler, who was playing great earlier, and just showing off some of his own moves. This is an incredible forced challenge from him. And now with a 2-goal lead, Allegiance are storming their way to the lower finals.
And it's do or die time if you're out of style. You are almost out of time. Minute 10, you better make something happen fast.
They have struggled to do this every single game thus far. But now there is no more retries, no more lives left in the game. You either do this or it is game over. Launched long. It's not going to trouble Allegiance too much. This is a time now that Outstyle cannot afford to be making mistakes like that where they run into one another. And you can see Allegiance, the long rotations, they're not going to hit that ball when it's loose. Out of Style have to come together and they have to be so crisp with their passing plays and not be wasteful.
Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see if Allegiance allows a bit more space to out of style, but I think they learned their lesson from last game. They know to just keep that pressure up in the midfield, and it's being very tough for out of style to get anything going. Precious time continues to tick.
20 seconds. They are just scratching and clawing, trying to find a way to the blue side of the field. But Allegiance have not allowed it. Hato is down that side of the field.
Look at him waste time.
Didn't even try and demo Ty Not Tyler, just allowed him that much time to play the ball away. And now, with the time ticking, he can pass it to Illusion. Can they get one more? No. But just like that, Allegiance bounce back from their earlier loss and decimate Out of Style to book their place in the lower bracket finals.
And what a brilliant comeback from Allegiance compared to how they started the day versus CLG. You're thinking it doesn't matter who they play in that lower bracket. If they play like that again, they're toast. And to see this complete shift in approach to the game, say, let's go out there, let's go play some offense, get in their face, not let them back on their own half, because we've done that for 2 years now.
Yes.
And they kind of wiped the floor with them. It was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, whichever team has got to play against them in the lower bracket finals is going to have to be very worried indeed. And we are about to find out who that is going to be in just a second, because up next, it's CLG against FlyQuest. The winner books their spot in next season's RLCS.